This is All India Radio, the news read by Naresh Margo. External Affairs Minister S.M. Krishna has said that piracy is a scourge that needs to be fought with the cooperation of other countries. In an interview to a TV channel, he spoke about the steps underway to tackle the menace and bring back the captive sailors. Mr. Krishna said families of captive sailors have been coming to meet him and he has been very moved. He said India will preside over the UN Security Council in November, and then it wants to take up the issue in a very big way. Mr. Krishna also voiced concern over the continuing existence of safe havens and sanctuaries for terrorists beyond Afghanistan's borders, which he said is a major impediment to the restoration of peace and security in Afghanistan. A grateful nation pays homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 143rd birth anniversary today. An all-religion prayer meeting was held at his memorial at Rajghat in Delhi this morning. The President, the Vice President, the Prime Minister, UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi and several other leaders paid floral tributes at the Samadhi of the Father of the Nation. Several functions are being organized across the country to mark the occasion. The nation also remembers former Prime Minister late Lal Bahadur Shastri on his 108th birth anniversary today. The expatriate Indian community in the West Asia region is paying homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. All India Radio, Delhi will broadcast a radio report in connection with the various events organized in Delhi on the occasion of birth anniversaries of Mahatma Gandhi and Lal Bahadur Shastri on Indraprasth channel at 8:30 p.m. In Himachal Pradesh, a mild tremor was felt in Chamba and Kangra districts this morning. According to the Seismological Center at Dharmashala, the earthquake measuring 4.3 on the Richter scale was experienced at around 9:15 a.m. It had its epicenter at Palampur, Mandi and Dhauladhar range. Our correspondent reports that people came out from their houses in panic. There is, however, no report of any loss of life or damage to property. In West Bengal, at least 9 persons were killed on the spot and several injured in a road accident near Jamalpur. According to official sources, the mishap took place last night when a truck carrying the victims overturned. The injured have been admitted into a local hospital. In Nepal, in a bid to create a conducive environment for consensus, the main political parties have decided to call off their public meeting and instead hold talks. All the political parties have called off their public meetings. Leaders of the UCPNM and Sanyukt Loktantrik Madhesi Morcha informed this at a meeting with the Nepali Congress and the CPN-UML yesterday in Kathmandu that they have decided to call off the rallies and mass gatherings so as to create an environment of trust between the parties. All the 33 parties of the dissolved Constituent Assembly are to take part in the meeting in a bid to address the present political crisis. The death toll in the collision between 2 passenger boats off Hong Kong has gone up to 36. 28 people were pronounced dead at the scene. About 100 others were taken to hospital, 8 of whom were later said to be died. Officials said one of the boats was carrying more than 120 people to a fireworks display when it half sank following last night's collision near Lama Island. The other boat reportedly had about 100 people on board. A large-scale air and sea search for the survivors is still continuing. A strong earthquake of 6.2 magnitude struck off the northern Japan this morning, but there were no immediate reports of damage and no tsunami alert was issued. The United States says the plunging Iranian currency is evidence that international pressure over its nuclear program is succeeding. State Department spokeswoman Victoria Nuland said Iran is being increasingly cut off from the global financial system and significant amounts of Iranian oil are coming off the market. She said the currency is plummeting and firms all over the world are refusing to do business with Iranian companies. Iran's currency weakened to 34,700 to the US dollar by the end of yesterday's trading, a drop of 17% compared to the previous day's rate of 29,600. India will lock horns with South Africa in their final Super 8 match of the ICC 2020 World Cup Cricket Tournament at Colombo in Sri Lanka today. The match will begin at 7:30 p.m. This is a must-win game for the men in blue, as a victory today would further consolidate their chances of making it to the semi-finals. All India Radio Delhi will broadcast a running commentary on today's matches alternately in Hindi and English on the National Hookup and FM Gold network. And that is the end of this news bulletin.